guys, Justin here. I've decided to do my first ever commentated video. We'll see how it turns out, but it was such an epic race here at Daytona Tri-Oval in the AGT Ferrari 458 Spec Series. Just an absolutely epic race, as you'll find out as we go on along, so we'll get cracking straight into it and see how it all played out. So as you can see, that's our order there for the start on the screen. Oh, we had a jump there from Apex in the red car at the back, and from Mo. As a result, it looks like Chin has gotten to the back of Apex and he's already dropped off. Terrible start for those three back there. They're already dropping off the back a little bit, but other than those three, it looks like the rest have gotten away pretty cleanly. Oh, we've got someone out wide there. Sin Killer is going to really struggle to get back in from there. You really have to be patient once you get out wide there. Pick your moment to come back down. Oh, and there you go. He's already trying to come back low, but Samwith is there. You've just got to wait for those cars to go by and then slot in behind them just like that. We've got Mo who's going to try and go around the outside, but Rowan's just given Sinkiller a bump there, and that's the end of that for Mo. He's going to have to slot in behind of that queue, which he does, in behind Apex. Got Sinkiller who's got a good run here, catching back up to that front pack. Must have got a good bump from someone there because he's carrying a lot of speed. Right on the back of Dorsey now. Oh, but instead of bumping Dorsey, he's tried to go down the inside. Oh, and he's given him a touch and he's gone around there. That's such a shame for Dorsey. Just a little bit of impatience from Sinkiller there. Got into the back corner of Dorsey, and Dorsey's now out of the race. Let's join the front again now. So we've got Rebel out in front, Pup in second, Xaga in third, we've got Foggy in fourth. Oh, he's just been given a nice bump from K-Dot, who's put it into the back of Xaga, and there we have an action replay of what happened moments ago. So we've also got Xaga now, who's been tagged on the rear left, unsettled the car, sent him spinning, and now we have both him and Dorsey, unfortunately, at the back of the pack and out of the race. So we've got Rebel in first, we've got Pup in second, we've got Foggy in third, K-Dot in fourth, Madrick in fifth, Justin in sixth, and it looks like that the front six are already cleared out into their own pack and broken away from the rest. Yep. Mo's out there on his own, so he is unfortunately going to drop back into the clutches of Toolshed and Sandwith here, and Apex as well out on his own. So there's a few broken up cars here who are going to drop back into the packs behind them. So we're already down to the front six, realistically, who are going to be in contention for the win here. The rest are already dropped off the back of these six, and we're only on lap 4. Madrick's just hanging on here. He's going to be able to keep himself with this pack of 6. So let's jump into the middle of this pack here and get a first-hand view of what it's like being right in the mix of these packs. It really did take me by surprise myself how hard it was to be bumped and to bump the car in front and keep the car straight. Look at that. You can just see how unsettled the car gets from the bumps from behind, and also when you bump the car in front. The cars are all over the place. They just get unsettled so much. Looks like these six have now just settled into a single file, content with bumping each other, drafting each other, which really is the way to go. It's a 28 lap race. There's no need to be trying to go around the outside, rushing to get ahead, rushing for places. Just settle into a rhythm, settle into the groove. Look at that. Look at the moving around of the cars. K-Dot's got himself wide there. He doesn't really want to stay there for too long, because once you get to the corner, you're just going to drop in behind. There you go. The other two have gone on by now, and he has to slot in, settle back for the back of the pack. which is the way to go, as we've found out. Once you get up high, if you're too impatient and try to come back down and there's a car beside you, it's good night. Justin's just got a little bit wide there. Kato has just snuck in there cheekily, just resulted in Justin dropping off the back a little bit. We'll go on the third person view now, get a third person view of how all this looks on the track. Isaac's now wide. He's also going to have to be patient, wait to slot back in. He's getting a bit impatient there and tried to force his way back in. Somehow got away with it. K-Dot's up high. If he's smart, he's just going to wait there. He's going to have to slot in behind. Nice bump from Isaac there on Justin, giving him a bit of momentum. Keith's not going to be able to slot in between there. There's no room. He's just going to have to be patient, slot in behind, which he does. So the front pack not working together ideally. A little bit of jostling, a little bit of unnecessary trying to pass around the outside. We really just need to settle into a single file here, work together and consolidate their lead as the leading pack from the pack behind, which currently contains Mo, Toolshed and Sandworth. So we've got a 3-car pack as the second pack here. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to be able to catch back up to the leading pack, especially with 1 car less. So let's check out the time. So we've got a 50.2 there, 50.3. It's about 50.2s from the second pack, and there you go. So the leading pack of 6 are doing mid to high 49s with those 3 extra cars, and then these 3 here about half a second a lap slower, obviously with 3 less cars to provide that drafting and provide the pushing. So I think these 3 are out of contention for the leading pack for the race now, and I don't think the third pack is close enough to realistically catch up either. So we've got Apex leading the third pack with Chin behind him, and that's it. So we've got 2 cars in the third pack. So these guys here, they're just gonna, unfortunately, gonna get it swallowed up, I think, by the pack in behind. 2 cars is not enough to provide momentum to catch back up to a 3-car pack. So we've got Smashing Apex and Chin, who are in a 2-car pack on their own as the third pack, and I can foresee these 2 getting swallowed up by the pack in behind within a few laps. Nice work from Chin here though, staying in the slipstream of Apex, giving him the bumps, which is what you need. You don't want to be getting that slipstream and then trying to run around the inside or the outside. It's definitely slower doing that. Just need to get that slipstream, get the momentum, and then bump the car ahead, which is definitely the fastest way of going about things. And now we drop in behind to the 4th pack. We've got Simkiller now, who's leading the 4th pack. We have him, RBS, and those 2 are also in a 2-car pack, who are followed closely behind by Xaga and Dorzu, who are going to try and work together to try and get up on the back of them, which will then make them a 4-car group. They'll be able to work together to bump each other back up to this 2-car group, and I imagine that will then become a 6-car group towards the end of the race. So we drop back into the front pack now. We've got Rebel, who's still leading. He's been leading from nigh on lap 1, I think, and Justin is in behind him on lap 10. Oh, and we've lost a couple of people here. We have lost K-Dot and Madrick. So let's go back here. Oh, there it is. So Justin's out wide here. K-Dot's trying to go around the outside. Oh, and Foggy's just got it into the rear left corner of K-Dot, which has sent him around. Oh, and there's Madrick as well. He's also gone around. Oh, he's trying to go around the outside of Rebel here, who gets a bump, and the same thing again. Madrick's got on the outside. He's tried to come back into the inside line, but Fogg was there. Fogg gets into the rear left corner and sends Madrick around. Unfortunately, a bit of impatience there from a couple of guys, which has resulted in them being turned around. And I'm not sure how Mo has got a penalty there. He must have passed someone under the yellow flags from the spin. So unfortunately, Mo now has a 3-second penalty at the front of Group 2, and that's going to see him drop right out of this group here. Got Toolshed in behind him. Oh, so they've all gotten penalties there. So they've all unfortunately gotten 3-second penalties, I imagine, from trying to pass each other under the yellow flags. Oh, and then you've got K-Dot now, who had a big run of speed there. It's just given Toolshed a massive bump. And now by the looks, the second group has now become a 4-car group. It has indeed. So we've got a 4-pack group at the front, a 4-pack group in the second group, which consists of Samwith, Mo, Toolshed and K-Dot. This will help them keep in touch with the group ahead, but they're too far behind now. And they've got the same amount of cars in their group as the group in front, which should realistically keep them at the same speed. So I can't see them catching up to the front group here unless the front group has some absolute carnage and mess happen amongst them. So we've got these 4 here now in the second group. We've got Apex at the front of Group 3. We've got Chinin behind him. They're still on their own, those two. The cars behind have not yet caught up. So we've got a 2-pack group, Group 3, a 2-pack group, and Group 4, the Sinkiller and Rowan. And then we've got Dorsey, Ixaga and Matrick in the last pack. I imagine these 3 will be able to work together now to catch the 2-pack ahead, and that will become a 5-pack, and then that 5-pack will catch the 2-pack of Smashing Apex and Chin, and very soon they should be one big pack. So we'll jump back to the front pack now with Irish Rebel still out in front. I don't think he's given that up from lap 1, to be fair. So he's still out in front. We've got Pup in second, who has now got a half-second penalty. I imagine that probably was from going under the yellow lines. So he's currently at the back of the 4-car leading pack. Foggy's gone a little bit wide. He's tried to come back down. Luckily, he's just had enough room. Just enough room there for Foggy not to turn down on Pup there and take himself out like we've already seen a couple of times in this race. So we should be about to see now what happened to Pup, how he got that half-a-second penalty. There we go, yep. He's gone down inside the yellow lines, which has resulted in the half-second penalty. Justin out wide, sensibly just waits for Pup to go by, to slot in behind. There's no need to rush back into the pack. There's no need to rush back in behind. Just stay patient. And here you go. You're already catching back up to the cars in front and avoiding that risk of cutting down on the car beside you and taking them or both of yourselves out. So Pup serving his penalty now. He's going to drop back a little bit. Looks like he's not going to drop too far back, so he's going to stay in touch with the 3 ahead of him. So the leading pack is going to remain a 4-car pack with Pup just hanging on there. Let's get that first person view again as he catches back up to those 3. You'll see the massive effect of the slipstream here. Well, I wouldn't say massive, but a slow gain that the slipstream gives you. Obviously the front 3 cars are all bumping each other, slipstreaming each other. Look at the smoke coming off there as they're all bumping each other and making contact. Please excuse my little cough there. I'm still not fully recovered from having COVID over the past week or so. Pup is now comfortably caught up to the back of the leading 4, and he decides not to give Justin a massive whack there. Instead just chooses to go wide. Probably a smart move, as when you have too much speed on the car in front and you give them the bump, it often makes you lose too much speed and you drop off the back of the cars in front. And so I think that was a very smart move there from Pup to avoid that bump and just go a little bit wide there. So it looks like these 4, they've just settled into single file, which really is the smart way to go about it. Just work together, bump each other, draft each other, consolidate your lead from the pack ahead, don't take any risks. And then you can start making your moves the last couple of laps of the race. No need for anything drastic or dramatic from here for these 4. Just settle into a nice rhythm, work together, and one of these 4 will be guaranteed to win the race. So we're now on lap 17. For 11 and a half laps to go from here. These 4, as I said, they've just settled into a rhythm, settled into a groove. They seem to be working together nicely here. You can also see that a lot of the sharp movements and the wobbles have diminished a little bit now. Everyone's kind of settling in. Oh, we've seen Foggy there. He's gone around the outside with a bit of help from Justin, which has made Rebel now relinquish the lead. Pup's given Justin a boost, but I don't think it's going to be enough to propel him around the outside. That inside line, just with the shorter distance that you have to travel, really is the better line. And we have a new leader, folks. So Foggy now takes the lead for the first time in the race, I believe, with Rebel in second, Justin in third, and Pup just quite content to sit in 4th there, just biding his time, which really is the smart move. There's no need to rush, no need for anything drastic from here. So we've got these 4 now working together, consolidating their lead as the leading 4 pack. And we'll drop back now and see what's happening with the second pack. So we've got Kato in 5th, leader of pack 2, Mo in behind him, got Lizzie Boy in behind Mo, and Toolshed in 4th of that pack. So these 4 are still a pack of 4. Looks like they're working together pretty well as well. Seem to be matching the times of the leading pack now in those high 49s. So yeah, there's no chance of these guys catching that leading pack. They're pretty much doing the exact same times as you would expect, having the same amount of cars in the pack. Toolshed may have just gone below the lines there, which would result in a half-second penalty. But no, it looks like he's gotten away with it, so no penalty there. Full Toolshed, who's just hanging on the back of this 4-car pack. And we'll drop back now. Yeah, so there we go. So Apex and Chin have been caught by the cars behind. So their 2-car pack has now become a 4-car pack. So we've now got Simkiller, RBS, Apex and Chin as a 4-car pack as well. So the first 3 packs are all 4-car packs now. We've got Dorsey, Madrick and Exaga as a 3-pack. We're just a little bit off the 4-pack ahead of them. It's going to be a little bit difficult for them to catch up to that 4-pack now, because that extra car in the pack just gives you that little bit more. So unless the 4 ahead of them make a mistake or don't work together very well, I think these 3 are going to remain back here where they are, barring some type of miracle. Unfortunately, Madrick is back here after just getting a little bit impatient, trying to come back down to the low line. He just wasn't quite clear of Fog, who was the car beside him, and unfortunately had a spin and is now in the back pack. So we already find ourselves lap 21. The laps go by really quickly here on this track. Still got Foggy out in the lead, followed by Rebel. Justin's a little bit high there, but he manages to come back down. Rebel there, he's gone down on the inside, he's crossed the white lines, and he has, as a result, got that half a second penalty. Just a little bit impatient there from Rebel. There's still 6.5 laps to go. There's no real need to be getting impatient there and trying to risk that penalty of going down inside the line. So he's now dropping back from that pack of 3. Just got to hope for him that he can hang on now. It's right on the edge there of losing touch with that slipstream. I think he's just going to hang on here. I do recall as well that the 3 of us here, we were fuel saving at this point in the race. We were all running on fuel map 6 to make sure that we had enough fuel to get to the end of the race. I don't know if Madrick with Rebel was doing the same. He may have had to have turned his fuel map up there to catch back up to these 3, who I imagine at this point, I think we were still on fuel map 6. So Rebel has now caught back up to the pack. It's now a 4-car leading pack again. If I remember correctly, it was around this point, maybe in another lap's time, that we all turned our fuel maps from 6 back up to 1. I think we are getting pretty close now to when we started putting our fuel maps back up. So these 4 just single file for now, content just to hold position, biding their time to make their moves, and there is still plenty of time. No need for any drastic moves at this point in the race for these 4, who still have a significant margin over the 4-car pack in behind them. So not too much happening at this point. We're just going to stay with this leading pack for now. 3.5 laps to go. There will be moves being made soon by these guys. It is getting close to crunch time. Rebel just content here to sit at the back of the pack, biding his time. Same with Pup and Justin, just sitting in their positions. Oh, Justin's gone up there. I'm not sure what's happened. He might have got out of shape there, giving Foggy a bump, which made him go up a bit high. So Pup's now taken second. Justin has to bide his time to wait for Puppy to go past, not to make contact. He's now slipped in. And what do we have here? So it looks like Rebel, he is falling off the back of these 3 now, which I imagine will be because he's not going to make it on fuel. So Rebel is dropping off. He's obviously had to stay on a lower fuel map while the other 3 have turned their fuel maps back up. So I think we can now count Irish Rebel out of this race. Just hasn't quite managed his fuel as the other 3 have. So we'll switch up to Pup now. So Justin's on the high line trying to get around Foggy. The moves are being made now. Pup gives him a helping hand, so Justin out in front thanks to Pup with the nice generous bump there. Pup's going to have to drop in behind a Foggy. You just can't get around the outside without a bump draft. So Justin now leading with Foggy in second, Pup in third with exactly 1.5 laps to go. That's perfect timing there from Pup to get around Fog. He saw that Fog gave Justin the bump which was going to slow him down, and he pulled out at just the right time to get around Fog there and move himself up to second. So now with Justin in first with just over a lap to go, Pup in second and Fog in third, who's just dropped off a little bit because of the result of that bump on Pup. When you have that bit much speed in the car in front and you give them the bump, it really does slow you down. Sometimes it's not the best choice. You've just got to let off the throttle a little bit and just tap it in there to make sure that you don't affect yourself too much. So Justin and Pup right on each other here. There's literally nothing between them, going for the win with just a few seconds left in the race. Looks like Foggy's got a good run up here. I think he's going to give Pup a good bump here. No, he's just dropped off the accelerator. I think he's going to time this bump here. What's his plan? What's Foggy got planned here? He's just hanging in there. He's given Pup a big bump there, which has sent him around the outside of Justin. We've got these two side by side for the win, and it's Pup who's just snuck it thanks to Foggy's little bump there. Foggy finishes third. We've got Rebel who finishes fourth. Unfortunately ran out of fuel towards the end there, or had to fuel save. Sandwith fifth. Toolshed, I'm not sure what he's up to there. Apex coming up to the line at the front of this pack here. He has passed Toolshed, finishes 6th, RBS 7th, Singular 8th, Mo 9th, Toolshed finishes 10th. Someone has just done some skids there across the line, looks like K-Dot. Dorsey finished 12th, Ixaga 13th, Chin is coming home to finish 14th, who's also spun himself out across the line. And then we have Madrick. I'm not sure what happened to Madrick there. He dropped off that final pack and he comes home in 15th place. Well, that's perfect timing because my throat is just getting a bit scratchy now. But I hope you enjoyed that commentary, my first ever time. And that, folks, was our exciting, and personally for myself, probably the most exciting Gran Turismo 7 race I've ever had. Hope you enjoyed it, boys. Bye.